welcome back, students. I hope, in fact, you're liking the interview series by Image Boosters. Now, today's video is a very important video. And it is not only for students. I would like that if some of the HR of the companies are watching, even they should realize, in fact, the importance, who are especially omitting the group discussion stage. I've seen of late in many companies the HR is not taking the GDs. Now what happens? In fact, what are the importances? So what I'll be discussing about that what all things an HR can observe in a GD, right? So now, first of all, we'll talking about the misconception about the GD. Why is the GD conducted, right? So misconception is that GD is just a race, right? But why is GD conducted? So now it goes for HR also, right? Now GD is basically conducted for rejection, right? A GD, if I'm conducting for 8 to 10, it should not be more than 8 to 10. For 8 to 10 students, and I conduct a GD in say 10 minutes, and in 5 minutes I analyze. So what is it? At one go, I have analyzed somewhere around 10 students, or you take it as 8. Out of these 8, what I'll be doing is maybe I'm selecting 2 or 3 students. Now what happens? My next stage is really, in fact, now light, because if I were to conduct an interview, by the time a candidate comes in and he moves out, it takes at least half an hour. So to scan through 8, what I'll be requiring is somewhere around, in mathematics, I'll be requiring around 4 hours. Now what I've done is, I've conducted the GD in say 15 minutes, I've shortlisted 2 to 3 students, half an hour each. So what happens? In next 2 hours, I'm through those 8 to 10 candidates. Now, why it is to be done and what all things we can know? Because if you'll ask in the interview, who's going to tell us? And we have to observe the body language, not many things are there. But it is now where they're actually performing. Now, what are the observations that are there, in fact, during the GD? An HR can actually observe and should observe, okay? Your attitude. You see, I'm having positive attitude, I'm having proactive, like, and all these attitudes are there. But if you're already having it, it will be shown and it will be seen in the GD. Next is behavior. How you behave with others. Many of you, the engineers or the graduates you are recruiting, will have to work in a team. How do they behave with the colleagues? Right? Like in one of the movies, they were saying, I remember they were saying that if you really want to know about a person, you should actually see how he's talking to a waiter. Right? A person एक waiter के साथ जैसे बात कर रहा है, that shows his true self. So observe this. Similarly, a lot of things in fact we can observe about the person in the GD. Then again, next is the proactiveness, taking initiative. What happens a lot many times is recruiting freshers. Freshers, they do not know how to take initiative many times. And what I want is a proactive person, a person who initiates. Like it's said in many of the companies, that work actually starts after 5. Now, we have to see how many times the candidate is being proactive. Right? Like it is said, power is never given, it is always taken. You're supposed to move out and you have to ask for it. Sir, I want to do this. So this can be done. Can I do this in this project? Yes, that's how I will start giving you power. So we want, in fact, know those things. Otherwise, in a CV, everyone can write all these things, that I'm a proactive person. But over here, I'm seeing it. He's demonstrating it. So I should be observing it. And then, if there's any mismatch between what he has written in his CV and what I observed in the GD, I can ask him in the interview. Next is the flexibility. I mean the flexibility of thoughts. Many of the students I've seen, they just take the GD as a debate. I've started a GD, I've took this particular stand, and I have to convince them. And throughout the GD, they are like this. How? It is not a debate, it's a GD. Now, if any person has shown me flexibility of thoughts, what I will extrapolate this as, yes, if you are flexible in your thoughts, if I put you in my team, you'll be able to work with the team. Because it is not the best idea which is chosen, it is the best idea which is evolved out of the team. That is what teamwork is. That is what the next point is also, right? That how you having the teamwork, whether you're having the teamwork abilities. A lot of students I've seen very bright, very good in communication, adamant. In the GD, what has happened? He is at one side and others in fact not right. He's rubbed some wrong side and all others they went against him. Will I be taking him? I should not be, because again in these 10 minutes if we can show such thing, imagine how it is going to be in my company. And then again in the company I'll be asked for his performance, his attitude, his behavior. It is demonstrated. Next is the leadership skills. Yes, we all require leaders, right? I want to see whether you're having those leadership skills or not. Anyone can type it or the cut copy paste in his CV. But over here, the leaders will be seen. If you're having leadership skills, yes. I've seen so many good GDs that people are not able to speak. They look forward to one person. Automatically, is the emerging leader so evident. Why should I not take it? That is what, in fact, now is the importance of a GD. Next is the communication skills. I always tell them so that if you're not comfortable in English, you can speak English and Hindi both. At least I should know what is there in your mind, whether you know about the topic or not. But yes, of course, preferably should be, like in English also you should be good. But if I'm recruiting a technical person, I'm recruiting for his knowledge. He can think in English, he can think in Hindi or any other language I want to solution. So let him be free. Next is the listening skills. If a person is not good in listening, how will he comprehend? वो सारी बातें समझेगा कैसे? और अगर ठीक से समझा नहीं तो वो काम करेगा कैसे? If he is not able to comprehend, how will he understand and how will he do the job properly? In interview, many of the students, they start answering before even the question is finished. They're so tensed. Because this chair becomes a pressure chair. They want to leave this chair and move out. Same chair for which they work throughout their life. And this becomes the chair of their discomfort. And that is what this workshop is all about. To make you all comfortable for the position you have been looking forward for throughout your life. Next, of course, is the body language. Many things you don't have to see it. Your body will speak. There's a full session on body language, 1.5 to 2 hours. Yes, I'll be doing one video on that also. But I cannot cover up everything. But yes, you should be knowing the importance of body language. Because that is what the interview is observing you. Your body language. For every question, how are you reacting? And then again, they will be having their own inference about you. आपके बारे में वो accordingly ही एक image बनाएंगे. Next is the accent neutralization. Yes, some of the people who are there from east or from north or from south, right? Yes, the accent has to be neutralized, and which can be done because they're already good. Say, for example, a student doing a simple problem is Z and J. and he starts pronouncing is as ij. Just imagine how many times he'll be speaking this, and the whole effect goes down. So yes, I for this in fact I'll be making it. It can be a longer video, but I'll be making that particular video. Right? This video has gone long, but yes, I wanted it to be. Next is the general awareness. You should be aware. I can ask you anything in between the question also. Same thing can be given in a GD. Now you tell me, isn't this important? Your attitude, behavior, proactiveness, leadership skills, teamwork, flexibility, leadership. Should in fact know the HR of any company be knowing all these things about you. Not through your CV, which you have written or maybe cut, copy, pasted, but through what you've demonstrated vis-a-vis your competitors. It is for this reason the GD is extremely important. And the right HR will take the input from this GD and then it will move to the interview round. So I hope you got this particular concepts clear. For the detail, of course, we will be doing it in the workshop whenever in fact now you contact us for your college. But right now, wish you all the best.